don't make just bacon. Take the time to show off this beautiful glazed bacon. Good for breakfast, lunch, sandwiches, dinner, a snack, anytime. It is a little more time consuming to make than regular bacon, but it's way easier to make. It's got an impressive look. It's a unique food option that people don't normally see. And if you're only doing one, like I'm doing today, you can do this in the toaster oven, which is good for those big, busy breakfast days when all the cooktops in the oven are busy being used for other food preparation. This is properly called Peameal bacon. I had to go to the United States to find out that they call it Canadian bacon, but here in Canada, we just call it bacon, or Peameal bacon. So here's Peameal bacon and regular bacon. We're going to do a comparison. So here's the numbers, the health numbers on the Peameal bacon. And here's the numbers on the regular bacon.
The regular bacon has 6 grams of protein in a 54-gram serving, or 11% of a slice of bacon is protein, whereas the Peameal bacon is 15% protein. You compare that to a pork tenderloin or a filet mignon steak, which comes in around 20% meat protein. But even better, the regular bacon is almost 40% fat, a slice of bacon. I'm sure that we've all seen some slices of bacon that are probably more than half fat, whereas the Peameal bacon is only 4% fat. So the Peameal bacon is a much better protein source and has way less fat compared to regular bacon.
We're going to start by making our sauce. We're using 2 cups of brown sugar. Now don't worry, that sounds like a lot of brown sugar. We're not going to eat it all. About half of that is used for cooking and the other half is used for a sauce that people use however much they want. Also putting in a half a cup of 100% pure orange juice. And 2 teaspoons of dried mustard. We're going to whisk this all together. Make sure all that sugar is dissolved. Now you'll notice that the Peameal bacon has one side with fat on it. That's called a fat cap. That's the side that we want up when it's cooking so that the juices render down into the meat. We're going to score the top of that at a 45-degree angle. It's going to help give us a nice presentation when it's done cooking, and also to help the sauce that we're going to put on seep down into the meat as well. We're cutting this in about 1/3 of an inch or about 1 centimeter deep. So that's our meat prepared. I'm going to transfer this to our cooking dish. Make sure that your dish is big enough that there's 1 inch or 2 or 5 centimeters or so all the way around. And then cover this with about half of your mixture. Just give it a quick stir again because the sugar does pool up on the bottom. And you want this to pour into all the crevices that were cut. And you want to make sure that every surface is covered. Cooking this to the proper doneness is key, so make sure you use a thermometer or a temperature probe. We're going to cook this to exactly 172 degrees Fahrenheit. We're going to cook this at 400 degrees Fahrenheit. I will need oven mitts to take this out later. So it's been about 15 minutes. I'm going to give it a baste. Look at that sauce bubbling up in there so nice. So I'm just going to tent that in foil for about 15 minutes before we cut it. And not worry about burning myself. And still manipulate the meat exactly the way I want. This is so juicy. Oh, the smell of this is so good. And you can see the effect that really neat looking edge has on the edge of the slices from scoring the top. And the sauce that has been heated earlier can be made available for people on as much as they want, but it's also good just to drizzle. Oh, this is so good. You did it. Tender Peameal bacon in a delicious brown sugar orange juice sauce.
I like that.
Did you like this? Go ahead and click like below. The recipe and the website are also listed below. Click subscribe to find out when it's time to take the time to make something interesting again next time.